Hi there, it's Adam bringing you another video to the channel. We are continuing the 21-22 UK Model Airport Series in 1/400 scale. So before getting into the actual update, I just want to kind of recap, what we kind of mentioned previously. So heading into the new year, we are looking to do a 1/200 scale Australian model airport. It will be focusing on the Sydney domestic aspect of the airport, so accommodating Qantas, Virgin Australia, Jetstar, Rex, all them kind of airlines. It will be tweaked a little bit in terms of what we do operate in a sense together, because Qantas operate a different terminal to the rest, but I will incorporate them. I do also have New Zealand models as well, Air New Zealand, which again, given they are Dash 8s and ATRs, the range from what I've researched is not compatible with reaching Sydney, and they generally don't operate there anyway, even if they did. And so I'm kind of doing it as like a kind of Australian New Zealand kind of hybrid concept, just to incorporate that kind of region of the world. I'm not looking at international flights with this Australian concept, so don't really be expecting them. But international flights in 1/200 scale will be more kind of incorporated into the UK model airport aspect that I kind of want to do in the future as well. After that, that'll be a slightly bigger project, only by a little bit. But that will be, again, I mentioned it, but I've done like a bit of a recap recently on it. We'll be focusing on Manchester Terminal 2. And it will be, again, a little bit of a hybrid concept where I will need to tweak a little bit of the layout to sort of accommodate for what I kind of want. So an emphasis on that is trying to include wide body cargo movements. So with that, the area that I've outlined that I kind of want to focus on will sort of cut across part of the Terminal 1 stands. So if you're looking from that Terminal 1 car park at Terminal 2, and then you've got the Terminal 1 stands on the left, it'll cut through them. So what I'm kind of going to do instead is hopefully tweak that into like a remote stand section, but more for like cargo movements, because that is something I'll be lacking in that aspect. And I do have quite a few 1/200 cargo movements that I kind of want to include. So yeah, there will be a little bit of tweaking there that I'll have to do as well. And again, all these kind of layouts are probably going to be done printed layouts by Layover Layouts, and 3D printed buildings as well going forward. So it gives you an idea of kind of what to expect, and a little bit more information on them kind of projects as well. Again, obviously we're still focusing on these updates as well, and obviously when we head into New Year, I think a change of scenery in this aspect as well will be done as well. And I kind of want to focus on something in the sort of American sort of Southwest Airlines kind of aspect as well. So that is something we're going to do. The layout, obviously, I'm looking at various airports across the US where Southwest primarily fly to. I've also been looking, as well at like where British Airways fly to as well, because I keep thinking about the Costa Rica concept that I had in mind. That's kind of faded, but if I can incorporate an airport where they fly to, you can see Avianca, you can see Copa Airlines as well, you can see Southwest, you can see Allegiant, because Allegiant MDs are going to be significant. I've acquired a few of those over the last year or so. So I kind of want to feature them as a main aspect as well. But again, I might just go with like a layout and make it into like my own custom version, if you like. But we'll see. I kind of, I don't want to go for like a settings, like a standard kind of straightforward layout though. I kind of want to have maybe taxiways at different angles and stuff like that. So yeah, if you've got any ideas, any inspiring thoughts behind that, and you think it might be a good fit for that kind of aspect, then let me know. Another thing I want to ask, if anybody knows any good lighting that I can either, well, ideally have on sort of stands that can oversee the airport. I mean studio lights, I don't mean lighting for the actual airport, I mean like kind of studio lights for better lighting in the room, then let me know. That'd be helpful. I've been looking at a few lights. There's sort of ring lights I've been seeing. I'm not sure if they'll be any good. But yeah, if anybody has model airport setups and they've got good lighting, then let me know. But yeah, that's all that. Obviously we're getting to the update now. This update in particular is focusing about 3:15 in the evening on a Saturday sort of afternoon. Well, evening, early afternoon, late afternoon, early evening, kind of, in a sense. So starting off, we've got this Ryanair 737-800 registration Echo India Golf X-Ray November. This came back, from Athens as FR7806. And we're heading out to Murcia as FR3452. Then we'll pan across. We have this Turkish Airlines 737 MAX 9, registration Tango Charlie Lima Yankee Alpha, operating as TK1345 from Istanbul. And then we'll pan back across. We have this EasyJet A320neo, registration Golf Uniform Zulu Hotel Alpha, operating back from Lanzarote as U28682, and we'll head out to Rome as 8255. Then we'll pan across and zoom out as well. Virgin Atlantic 7879 Dreamliner, we have registration Golf Victor Zulu India Golf. This is operating as VS48 on the inbound from New York, and we'll be heading out to Montego Bay as VS165. Then we have a TUI 737-800 and registration Golf Foxtrot Delta Zulu Sierra, arriving from Palma, Mallorca as BY3651, and we'll be heading out to Las Palmas as BY3688. We have this Jet2 Holidays 757-200, registration Golf Lima Sierra Alpha November, operating as LS134 from Malaga and heading out as LS157 to Paphos. And then taxiing out after a very long stay all through the day, we have Jet2 737-800, registration Golf Juliet Zulu Bravo November, heading out to Lanzarote as LS217. And then we have a bit of a duo here. We have the DHL 767, which obviously has been featured again, like an all-day stay, heading out a little bit later to Leipzig as DHK 362, registration Golf Delta Hotel Lima Echo, and then arriving just after midday we have the DHL 757 registration Golf Delta Hotel Kilo Charlie, arriving as BCS 6892 from Leipzig, and then we'll be heading out to Amsterdam as BCS 1443 towards late evening, around about 6 or so, or 6 o'clock. Look at the schedule, yeah, about 6 I'll be heading out. So yeah, nice little sort of duo there for DHL. Of course, like I said, the Jet2 finally heading out after a very long stay, and we will conclude the video there. But yeah, if you've got any ideas of airports that I could maybe look into in the US concept, ideally on a 4x2 kind of airport display, so bear that in mind. And obviously if you know any suggestions, or have got any suggestions, recommendations for lighting for future updates on in the other room, certainly, then let me know that as well. And obviously we'll continue with the next update next weekend, which will focus on a time period of about 8:30 p.m.